What did you come out with today?
It felt good. Like I was saying earlier, just kind of get in there, get in the rhythm. It was Coach B who addressed us this morning and kind of said, "Listen, you're gonna take the twos today, and then Cole, you're gonna have them tomorrow." So it feels good kind of getting in the rhythm, especially move the ball situations. It's just kind of being in the huddle every single rep and kind of looking the guys in the eyes and letting them know you're the guy today. It's pretty cool.
How would you say the competition's been going? Brett was saying the other day that it seems like you guys both have a good day or you both have a bad day. So I guess it's been pretty close. I mean, just how do you feel like it's going?
It's good, man. Competition brings out the best in everybody, and I definitely feel like that's how it is right now. I feel like he's pushing me and I'm pushing him, and really everybody in the room is just benefiting from it. And I think everybody's kind of just trying to take their game to the next level because of it.
You know, when guys are competing for a job, that can get tense sometimes. Like Cole said, you guys are pretty good buddies off the field.
Yeah, no, Cole's a great guy. I mean, on the field we're definitely competing and stuff, but no, even on the field we're trying to help each other out get better. Cole's a great guy, great quarterback, and I really like competing against him and really love being in the same room with him.
How would you say you're a better quarterback now than you were this time a year ago?
It feels so much better, man. Just from throwing motion to just being comfortable with the offense and being aware of where your receivers are going and even blocking schemes and pointing out mics. It really helps being in the system for seems like 3 years now, I guess. So it's really good.
And having some continuity with Coach Enos, how big is that? Because a lot of the schools you see they're changing coordinators every year, every couple of years. And Dan, I guess he's going into his fourth year now.
Yeah, no, that's awesome too. Just kind of knowing what to expect from your coach and his offense. It's unbelievable being in it. Just as a quarterback, you get so many options and you get to throw so many side adjustments. Just being in his offense it's been really good for 3 years now. Just being with the same guy, it's been awesome.
Tal, they say for every hour you spend practicing throwing one way, to change it takes like 3 hours. Has that been your experience?
It's been a process. It definitely has, but with Coach Enos, and I've got some work with Zach Robinson too. He's really helped me. They gave me different drills and kind of just doing what they told me. And over the summer, that was huge. Just working continuously on that, and then getting with the receivers and doing that too. It's been awesome.
Have you noticed improvement? It looks like you're throwing the ball harder.
Yeah, no, it's just more consistent. I think every day I know like what I expect, what I need to feel like throwing the ball, and I think that's the biggest improvement is just the consistency.
Cole said that you got the majority of the reps today at 2. How do you feel that helped you out?
Felt good. Felt like we got into a good rhythm, and just being in the huddle and kind of looking your guys in the eyes and them knowing like you're the guy today. It's been really, really cool, and just getting into that flow. It's really helps the system.
The receivers have been kind of saying that you guys have you and Cole have mirrored issues. Like you might be a little too cautious, or he's not cautious enough. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know much about that. I know we're all just trying to limit those plays that we don't look the right way, or we kind of read it wrong. We're just trying to limit those bad plays and trying to make sure we try to cut those out. I'm sure he's trying to do the same thing I am.
What were some of the maybe main technique things that you worked to tweak this summer?
It was kind of a long, slow release. I don't know where I picked it up. I don't know if there's some drill I was doing or something, but something just got out of whack, and kind of going back from the bases and just starting kind of learning how to throw it again, which in high school I just threw it. I mean, there was no thinking about it, and I think I started thinking a little too much about it. And getting back to kind of just feeling and throwing, it's been really nice.
Is that a tough process to kind of go back to square one?
It was, but I definitely had so much help along the way with Coach Enos and Zach Robinson. It's been really good. And Coach Enos, I mean, the drills he gave me were so helpful in speeding up the arm and just not having to think about it very much.
Is that something he wanted you to do or encouraged you to do, or did you decide to do it yourself?
I mean, he did kind of like talk about it, but she talks about it to all of us. We all have certain things we need to work on, and that I knew that was one of mine, and I really knew in the summer that's kind of the time you got to kind of focus on yourself more, and I knew that's really what I wanted to correct.
Sometimes with a golfer, that'll happen too. They'll get out of whack and they'll practice something on the range and get it down, but when they go to the course, they have a problem taking the range with them. Do you ever find when you're like in team, maybe it's more difficult versus just kind of throwing routes?
I think it's honestly a little different. I know in team you're not really thinking about it. You're more worried about everything else, and that was my biggest process was when I was in team, it wasn't a big deal. I was never thinking about it. But when routes and you take more people off the field and you're just throwing to one guy, you're kind of trying to work on it, so you're thinking about it more. But like I said, now I feel so much better with it. I'm not even really thinking about it at all.
Yeah, I assume he's thrown to Coley Jackson some. What's your take on the kind of camp he's having for a young guy?
He's having a good one. I feel like a lot of those young guys have really have really stepped up and are really doing a good job. I think it started in the summer, whenever we all were working one-on-ones, Skelly, all on our own, and they were all showing up. You knew they kind of had that drive and they wanted to get better, so that's been unbelievable for us.
I know Dan and Brett both talked about Austin being more vocal this year. What have you noticed in the quarterback room? How's Austin different?
He's been great. He's just a great leader. He's really works with us. He kind of tells us what he's thinking in certain spots and how he would read it. So I've been really grateful to have Austin as the quarterback.
But have you noticed him maybe being more assertive, going into his second year as a starter?
A little bit, I could see that. He's just really focused on. He's going to bring his all every rep, and you kind of know that. So I know he's expecting that out of everybody too.
When you look at those guys that are now getting a lot of reps with the wide receiver group, you worked with them a lot last year and some in the spring. What have you seen in their growth?
It's been unbelievable. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. Just the work ethic, I think, was one of the biggest things. We've always worked hard here, but this summer something just seems like it kind of clicked, and just a little bit more I feel like we've kind of put into it. And I know the receiver room with J. Red leading them, it's been really good to kind of get those guys up here, and you don't have to worry about someone not being here. You know they're going to be here and working as hard as they can.
Have you impressed all those receivers that reacted to Jared not being able to be there on the 105? Because, my thought was, gosh, without him, what's going to happen? It seems like they've all taken their game up a notch.
That's the thing. I mean, it's kind of the next man up opportunity for those guys, and they really have risen to the occasion, and I feel like they're doing a good job right now.
Yeah, any thoughts on Austin?